welcome back to Slushie Review. This is Keith Anderson.
This is Chris Richards.
And we are going to be talking about Justice League. This is
Finally.
Finally.
This is the one I've been waiting for in this whole series, to be honest.
Yes, to be honest, me too. Because, can I say it now? I'll say it now. I think this is the best movie of the whole series.
I agree,
Yeah.
honestly.
Boom.
So far, at least.
Boom, I said it.
Well, I can't say the whole series because I haven't seen all of them yet. But so far, yes.
Yes.
It's my favorite one so far.
Absolutely. No doubting, I think it is. Wonder Woman's close, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not that great. So, with that being said, we're doing Justice League. We are into our fifth movie of the series.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did Man of Steel. We did Batman vs. Superman. We did Wonder Woman. Last week we did Suicide Squad. I had to compose myself. I was talking about that.
Mess.
We both gave it a 2.
Mm.
Either way. Then we moved straight into Justice League. So, with that being said, let me start off with the plot of Justice League. I wish I could say that it picks up where it leaves off the last movie, Suicide Squad. It does not.
Thankfully.
Literally,
Almost, thankfully.
if you think about it, Suicide Squad could have not been made and we would have been seamless through the movies.
Because honestly, when we were going to watch it, we were like, oh yeah, next is Justice League.
Right.
After Wonder Woman. And I was like, great, this is going to be good. And then
Yeah.
you're like, wait, hold up. Suicide Squad first. And I was like, motherfucker.
Hold the phone.
Because I really just want to get to Justice League.
Hold the bat phone.
And it and like Suicide Squad was inconsequential to this movie.
No,
like,
it
it
really
really
wasn't.
didn't. It really didn't matter.
It was almost like it was a I don't want to say spin-off, or not a spin-off, but like a alternate timeline. No, what would you call Rogue One to Star Wars?
It definitely fits in.
Because
I don't know, an insert
I don't know what the term is,
because it was in between trilogies.
It was in between. Well, yes. Okay, then what would you call? Well, that would just be an origin story.
Yeah.
What would you call Clone Wars?
The animated series?
Yeah. It's like a side story. See, that's what I mean. I don't know what to call them.
I don't know.
But that's what Suicide Squad is.
I would call Suicide Squad the Harley Quinn movie. The Harley Quinn intro movie, because I don't see Deadshot get another movie. I don't see anybody else in that movie get another movie.
Well, they're not getting a separate movie, but they're the new Suicide Squad.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, that's what I mean. Like, because this one's getting retconned. Like, this one's like, or like...
No, it's like 2.
Is it? I thought this was like a redo, or like a reimagining, like the new one. Is it James Gunn?
I don't know.
What's coming out?
I don't know who does it.
Yeah.
But
Like the one
2.
that they just announced has got like 20 fucking people in it.
Yeah.
I thought that was them just being like, okay, well, last one didn't really work out, so here's a new one.
Yeah, but some of the same people are coming back. That's why I thought it was 2.
Some of them. Because like, I know Margot Robbie's coming back.
Boomerang
dude's coming back, and
Amanda Waller's coming back.
Davis is coming back. I think that's it.
Okay.
Because I know Killer Croc's not in it, or at least from the cast
The
list that
Joker
they
might
showed.
be in it.
Might be.
Because he said he doesn't mind playing Joker again.
Yeah, but
I'm thinking about it.
I want to say those are the only 3 characters that are returning, but I don't necessarily know if that means it's a sequel, or if it's just like, oh, Margot Robbie's probably on contract to play Harley Quinn a certain number of times.
That's fair, but think
because
about
she's also in the Birds of Prey movie.
Yeah.
Which I haven't seen yet.
Same.
But that one, I would believe, would be like a sequel to Suicide Squad.
I don't know.
But I don't know. I'm under the impression that this new one, called The Suicide Squad, is like, is like the fix. It's like, hey, forget about that last one. Think about the good one that's coming out that we haven't made yet.
Either way. So,
off topic already. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Flush that turd down the drain.
Suicide Squad.
Ugh.
So that was the movie before. So it didn't have anything to do with it. I don't know why I brought it up. I just want to shit on it again. So there it is. Either way, Justice League starts off with Superman died in Batman vs. Superman.
Great day in the neighborhood. I said staring right at your Superman cup over there too.
Hey,
looking right at it. Like that cup? All right.
I love it. You like it? You hate it? I love it. Okay. Plot. So Superman is dead. So Batman is still trying to team up with some metahumans, and by metahumans they mean Wonder Woman, Flash, Cyborg. They want to team up with these people.
Aquaman.
Oh shit, Aquaman. Yeah, him too.
Unfortunately.
Him too. Arthur Curry or whatever his name is.
That's it.
Yeah, so they want to team up and they want to become a league of evil Axis. And
you know about the league?
Oh, it's okay. Let's go get a beer. So yes, so they want to become this force so that, because like Lex Luthor says at the end of Batman vs Superman 2 Batman, he said the bell has been rung. And I don't know if you noticed, but Batman used that same line. He said the bell has been rung, and people know that Superman is dead, or something like that. He said, and so he knows, because he's the greatest detective ever. He knows that there is a threat that Batman himself, because he's a human, can't defeat. So he needs people who have actual powers, like Wonder Woman, Flash, Cyborg, Aquaman, to help defeat whatever threat. So the beginning of the movie starts with Batman doing his detective work on these parademons, because you don't know who they are, but they've been in the Batman vs Superman movie. They were not in the Man of Steel movie, but they were in Batman vs Superman movie. At the beginning of this movie, he's doing his detective work, trying to figure out what they are, who they are, and then you see these boxes. Every time one dies, these boxes show up as part of their chalk outline, I guess.
Yeah, I thought that was a little bit weird.
Yeah, so now they're trying to figure out what these boxes are. Come to find out they're mother boxes, and basically it's alien technology. Kind of similar to Man of Steel, where this alien technology comes to Earth or any planet and tries to terraform that planet to fit their planet. At some point they do it, and I'm going to talk about the flashback first. At some point they do a flashback where they show the villain, who is Steppenwolf. He comes down to Earth centuries prior to present day, and he tries to take over the Earth. And then the Atlantis, the city of Lost Atlantis, the Amazonians, which Chris loved, the Green Lanterns.
What's not to love? And the fact that you just brought it up, it was great.
Listen, that's one of my likes.
It's one of mine too, honestly.
I know it is.
And we'll get there. It was just cool. I did not expect it at all.
I know you didn't.
Because I even said it at the start of the movie, because they've done it in all of them so far when they do their little comic book opening thing, when they show all the characters. It's like, why the fuck did they put that Green Lantern in there? They don't act like that movie ever existed. I feel like you've been biting your tongue every time I've said that, just for this moment. And God damn it, thank you for not spoiling that for me, because I was really excited.
Good.
I thought that was really neat.
I'm not a trailer. I don't need to spoil shit.
I thought that was really cool.
So they came out, and then there was also like some Tarzan-looking people too, like, because you were like, who are they? And I didn't know.
Yeah, there was some dude who, I think was Zeus, because from what I was when I saw the credits, I saw Zeus in there. I'm pretty sure I saw Ares, because like some dude was straight up shooting lightning bolts out of his hands, and I was like, okay, I don't know who that
maybe
is.
They were. Okay.
But then I saw the thing like Zeus and Ares were in there in some capacity. But yeah, there were other things. And they were like, and
the humans were there too.
Yeah,
it's almost like Batman.
Humans were there cowering in their Batmobiles.
Same.
While everyone else did the work.
So that was a flashback that kind of show like the origin story of Steppenwolf and why he's back. So these mother boxes are all powerful. Speaking of the mother boxes, that's how Cyborg gets his powers, which I didn't know if that was part of the comics, but that's awesome.
It might have been in the new thing.
Oh, like the new DC?
Because I think it's the new 52 or whatever.
Yep.
They redid a lot of stuff to make Cyborg a founding member of the Justice League.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if that was because of the way the movies were coming out, or if the movies are because of that.
Yeah.
I don't think he was that important before. I think he was like a Teen Titans guy, and not much else.
Yeah.
And then they were like, fuck it, let's make it more important. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Because he's probably better in the team than a dude with a boxing glove arrow. Green Arrow.
I don't even acknowledge him. So, and I'm not.
Yeah.
So, either way. So, end all be all, they're trying to take on Steppenwolf, who is the villain. He comes back to Earth to collect the mother boxes so that he can again take over the Earth and have people bow to him. Um, in the middle, sometime in the movie, Batman goes, "What do we need? What should we do?" Because we had a hard time with Steppenwolf in the beginning.
Hard time being got their asses beat by him.
Yeah, kind of though.
Couldn't none of them could keep. Aquaman couldn't keep old boy from getting his hands on his box.
Yeah,
fair. All the Amazonians couldn't keep him from getting.
So he pretty much he had 2 boxes and there's 3 of them. So they were like, "Hey, we might need some help." Mm-hmm. Who is the all-time best person ever? As the movie will suggest, not what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that. I think Justice League movie may have a similar thought as me.
I think I got it. I think I got it. I think I got
it. They want to resurrect Superman from the dead.
Oh, that's not biblical at all.
Was it 3 days?
Yeah. How long was it?
I don't know. I really don't. It was enough time for Martha to lose her house. It was enough time for Lois to go into a depression and not write. She said she hadn't written any articles in however long. It was enough for Wonder Woman to go back to London and do her thing. So it was some time that passed. I just don't know how much. You know what I mean? So, and they kind of don't ever talk about that, which honestly I didn't really like. We talked about it, and I was like, "How much time has passed?" And you said the same thing, and I was like,
"Yeah." I guess it didn't really matter.
Didn't really matter,
but
yeah. So, spoiler alert: they resurrect Superman. If you didn't know by the poster of Justice League, he comes back to life. And then he has to fight the Justice League like everybody does. You got to fight your own people first.
You got to mop the floor with them.
Listen, we'll get into the likes later. So yeah, I think that's the plot. That's the long plot. The long of the short of it, or the short of the long of it. I don't know what I'm saying. So either way, plot. Let's go to the young cast.
Okay. So there's some people in this movie.
There are some people in this movie.
Right, you got number 1, Ben Affleck, Bruce Man, Bat Wayne.
Yes.
The best.
I'm a fan.
You got. I still don't know the proper way to say her name. Gal Gadot.
Good day.
G'day. As Wonder Woman, Diana Prince. You got Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
Yep.
Ugh. You got Ezra Miller as the Flash, who I thought was great. Honestly, I thought it was great. Henry Cavill returns from the dead as Superman.
Yes. He returns from Mission Impossible Fallout.
Without a mustache. You got Amy Adams comes back as there's a lot of returning people.
Yes, absolutely.
Amy Adams, Lois Lane, actually, kind of returning from that one scene in Batman vs Superman are Aquaman and the Flash and Ray Fisher as a cyborg.
Yeah, I guess so.
You got Jeremy Irons as Alfred.
Yes.
Great. Diane Lane as Martha.
Give me the one you want.
J.K. Simmons.
Yes.
J.K. fucking Jonah Jameson Simmons as the Commissioner Gordon.
Commissioner Gordon. And he looked the part, did he not?
Great. He didn't want to see pictures of Superman. Or he didn't. I don't want to see pictures of Superman either. He didn't want any pictures of Spider-Man. He wanted the goddamn Batman.
Yes, he did.
Every time he flipped that switch and those sparks shot out of that thing like it could have killed him.
Every time.
He stood in a puddle because it's always raining in Gotham.
He
looked good as it.
Gotham might not be New York City. It might be Seattle.
He looked good in the because everyone's depressed. I'm going to butcher his name. Ciaran Hinds? Steppenwolf?
Ciaran Hinds or Hinds, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Steppenwolf, he was the voice but not the face because there wasn't like a person in the thing of it.
If you look at his picture, though, he kind of looks like him.
I guess it could have been.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't think they just did CGI.
Partially.
Yeah, so that's because we were trying to figure it out.
You got Amber Heard as Mara, Aquaman's wife?
I don't know the backstory.
I think that's who she is.
So, I know some stuff from the movie, but I'm not going to say because we haven't watched it.
Yes, we haven't. Yes, we have not. For the the royal we. I have not.
Yes,
You've seen it.
Yes.
I have not.
It's okay. I'm French.
We. Anyone else notable? I don't really think so.
The guy who plays Victor Stone's dad.
Yeah.
Ray something.
Ray.
If you find him. Not that Ray, please.
Joe Morton.
Joe Morton. He is amazing. So, I don't know if we talked about this, but he was in Terminator 2.
Yes.
And he's amazing. He's been in so many good movies I've watched. He's been so good. He was also in this movie called Executive Decision. That was a good movie with Steven Seagal, Kurt Russell, John Leguizamo, who's the star of Super Mario Brothers.
God damn it! God damn it! Every time. Every damn time. After we're done with these universe movies, we're watching that movie.
Super Mario Brothers?
And we're going to tear it apart.
Oh, it's going to be horrible.
Not that it doesn't deserve it, but we're going to let it have it. But Bob Hoskins will be untouched. He will come out smelling like a rose out of that
I'm going
movie.
to tell you, I did not set that up, but as soon as I said Executive Decision,
every time you say John Leguizamo, I just know it's coming. I let down my guard because I don't want to because I feel like you won't hurt me again, but then you do.
Every time.
Every time it works.
I'm ready to be hurt again. But yes, I think that's it. I think that's all the people in the cast, I believe.
Got him.
Yes. I love it. Sorry, guys. It's a running joke, and I love it. There's nothing you can do about it. So that's a cast.
Pretty good cast. Like,
No,
I can't say, like, it's not a bad cast. And because, even though a lot of the people I haven't really heard of before this, like, I didn't really know who Ezra Miller was.
Same.
I didn't care who Jason Momoa was because I saw him in fucking Game of Thrones. I didn't give a shit then.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
I did, and it was alright.
Honestly, I haven't seen him in anything else but this.
I hadn't seen him in anything else but this and that and Game of Thrones. Because that's it. Like, I don't know if he's been in other things. He probably has. Because everybody's, like, really high on him for a little while, and then I think he kind of dropped off for a little bit. I don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care about him.
I like his wife. His wife's amazing.
Who's his wife?
Cree Summers.
Oh!
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. She was in The Cosby Show.
She does a shit ton of voice work and everything. She's in a lot of things. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I didn't know they were married.
The one thing is, she's like the most, besides Phil Lamar, she's like one of the top like black actresses who does voice work. She's been in so many. She was Susie in the Rugrats. Mm-hmm. She was also in Rocket Power. She's been in a lot of shows.
Yeah, I think she was in I mean, name it. She's probably in a Codename Kids Next Door. Drawn Together, a bunch of other things. Yeah.
No, yeah.
That's awesome. Good for him.
Yeah.
He lucked out. Sorry about her luck, I guess.
Wait, is it Chris Summers?
Oh.
Shoot, no.
Oh.
Who was married to the rock and roll guy, Kravitz?
Lenny Kravitz?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who's his wife?
I don't know.
She was on the Cosby Show. So it might not be Chris Summers. It might be the other girl. Sorry.
Oh, man.
Shoot. Who is it? I know it, but I don't. Not right now, but I know it. Because Zoe Kravitz is their daughter. And so, yeah. Dang.
There's got to be a way you can find out.
I don't even know.
Lisa Bonet?
Lisa Bonet, yes. She was in The Cosby Show.
Okay.
I don't know what else she was in. Oh, she was also in the show. She was also in a movie with Will Smith. I don't remember what it was called. But either way, that's the only thing I know. But yeah, Lisa Bonet.
We just wrote like a love letter to the wrong person.
I love Chris Summers.
Which is fine. Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah. So she wasn't on The Cosby Show. She was actually in a show called Different World. Also, Lisa Bonet was her spinoff from The Cosby Show. It was A Different World. She went to a historically black college, and Chris Summers was a super stuck-up chick in that show. So she was hilarious. Her name was Whitley, and she had a super strong Southern accent, and she just thought she was just like she was just prissy as shit. Yes, and it was amazing. Either way, all off topic. Let's go into some.
As we are known to get.
Let's go into some likes.
You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I can go first.
Okay.
That's perfect. I have a couple.
Damn.
That's what you get.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
I
All
asked
right.
for it.
Justice League. My first like. I don't know how many I have, but my first one.
But you had plenty of dislikes in the last one, so
I
I
did.
imagine you have a lot of likes in this one.
I do.
Okay.
Batman.
I did. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'm gonna.
That's the end of the show, guys.
That's it. Good night, everybody. What'd you like about it? Batman. He wasn't in it. I don't care. Cut it. Print it.
Sounds like Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Either way.
Batman's the best part of a movie. In other news, water, wet.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
In the movie, in the show, in the podcast.
In the podcast.
Batman.
When's the rap party?
Batman was so good in this movie. From the beginning to when he caught the robber, I don't know if he was robbing somebody on the roof. Like he was showing that he could fight. Like if you ever watch the other Batman,
A normal guy.
Yeah, well, but like he doesn't really do like a lot of. He just does like a lot of punching, right? Like that's it. But he's like a martial arts guy.
Yeah. Like
this guy, he had him in like a headlock. He had him in a thing, and he just was flipping the guy around. The guy had no point. He had no shot, obviously, because it's Batman. But then he pulls out a knife, and Batman like disarms him, and I'm just like, this guy is super fast. He's super old. He's huge. He's a brick shithouse.
Super old,
and he's killing it, and I love it. And then when he starts fighting the parademons, when they all team up and fight Steppenwolf for the first time, he's knocking the parademons out. Then he gets himself a hold of, and this has never happened in the history of Batman, he gets himself a gun. And he's just shooting shit. I loved him. I love Batman. Yeah. I also like Bruce Wayne.
I was gonna say, are you gonna like Bruce Wayne also?
Yes.
Because he was good too.
Separately,
he was good in
as
both
Bruce
parts.
Wayne, he was amazing. When he met Aquaman and he was an asshole, I'm like, that's my Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
That's my Bruce Wayne because that's the asshole that Bruce Wayne is.
He also fuck Aquaman.
And what?
Also fuck Aquaman.
Just because he.
Oh no!
I was like, this is a different movie.
Not this movie. Maybe there's some Zack Snyder cut out there where different things happen, but not in the Whedonverse.
Guys, I have on headphones and I still can't hear. I am wrong. Anywho, back on track.
I said what I said.
You did. He just had some. He was good, and I liked him. And even at the end, he was trying his hardest to fight this alien technology. He was trying so hard, and I just he gets a gold star from me. But that's my one like. And actually, I'm going to group a couple together: Batman, Amazons, Green Lantern, Superman. Those four highlights of the movie. The reason why I'm putting them all together is just because they're the characters. And I kind of don't really want to keep going on and on about all the characters. But I think the Amazonians are amazing. Like, make another Wonder Woman movie, I'm going to see it.
And they're gonna.
And they are. But if you just made a movie just about the Amazons, I'm going to watch it. They're legit. They be kicking all kinds of ass.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. They literally were the only ones that put up a fight against Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
Before Superman got to him.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm okay with that. The Green Lantern surprise, I actually love that part because you like that part. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Cool.
I wrote that down because I knew you like that.
I did think that was really cool because I did not expect it.
No, and that listen.
Why would I have?
I've watched movies with Chris for a long time now, and I'm trying to think. His excitement was almost. It wasn't there. It was almost on the same level of Captain America catching Mjolnir for the first time.
I don't know if anything's ever going to be that
I said
level.
Almost.
I don't think anything's ever going to be that level because that still gives me goosebumps.
Oh, it's so good.
It gave me goosebumps like 3 weeks ago when I watched it. Just
so
like
good.
it did when I saw it in theaters like 3 times.
Yes. And I know this. So that's why I was like, almost. But his excitement was there. And I was like, yeah, like that's actually, even when I first saw it, I'm not really, again, like he said, like Chris said, I don't really know a lot about DC. I know Batman. I kind of even not really know Superman all like that, but I do. I mean, I like who I like, I guess, but I don't really know. I don't say I don't know Superman, But I just know Batman more because you had the animated series. Batman movies were coming out my entire childhood.
Oh yeah.
So
tons of them.
I kind of know. You know what I mean? So that's that. But like nobody else, like Green Lantern, I played. There's some game that was on PlayStation 3. It was like these.
Was it Injustice?
No, not Injustice. It was one way before that. It was like where you could play it online with like a group of people.
I think it was just called like DC Online
or something like that. Yeah.
DC
So we downloaded it. My son started playing it, and then I tried playing it. And it was kind of boring because I didn't really understand what I was doing. But you can pick between different characters. So I always picked the characters I didn't know because I didn't. Batman. I don't want to be Batman all the time, and I don't know if Superman was in it. He might have been.
Also, how many fucking Batmen were probably running around in that online game?
Not like many. Everybody. There were so many characters you could be. So like I tried to be, because you could be different Green Lantern Corps.
Ooh.
There were like 3 of them that you can be. It was like Ray, the other guy. There's a black guy, the white guy, and some other guy.
Yeah, I think it's like John Stewart,
something like
Hal
that.
Jordan.
I don't know.
Some other one.
Yeah, some other guy. And then you could also be Marvin Martian, or no, not Marvin. Martian the Manhunter. You can be a lot of people. There were so many characters you could be. So
fucker in that Spartan helmet around.
I'm going to blow up the planet. Exactly.
That'll be lovely.
So Green Lantern. So then Superman. Honestly, Superman came back when he came back from the dead, and he didn't understand that he was alive or whatever, but he still had his powers. This is going to go into my second that I'm going to do as number 2. The fight scene between Superman and Batman and the Justice League, and him just being Superman in all of his glory.
Oh, you mean the part where he fought the Flash and Wonder Woman and Aquaman and Cyborg, and then kicked all their asses, and then Batman came running up, and I was like, oh fuck.
He was tired because he had to run.
Oh, now I gotta get my ass beat too after running up here. This is gonna be great.
Yes, that scene is the best part of Justice League for me, and I love it so much because, and I said this in Batman vs Superman, because it only fueled my penchant for being right about the people who think Batman can beat Superman. Batman had a contingency plan, and he almost died. Okay? He almost died. He threw away Batman like a piece of paper. When Lois Lane showed up, he was like, meh.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly what happened.
He got lucky.
He got lucky. First off, they were definitely at least 20 feet in the air, and he just tossed Batman like a piece, like a rubber something.
Because wasn't it said, like, in the next couple scenes that he went and found her? Like, he went and found Lois, that Bruce went and found Lois? Or did she show up because she saw what was happening?
No. Remember, she showed up with Alfred. When she got in the car, they showed Alfred.
Okay.
That was his contingency plan.
Yeah.
And that's why Alfred was like, "Are you sure you want to do that?" Because basically, Alfred's concern was, well, what if he doesn't recognize her and kills an innocent civilian? Yeah. And it's like, oh, I don't know her either.
Even though he saw Wonder Woman, he's like, I know you.
No, he said that to Batman.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he didn't know who he was, and she was like, Kal-El. And, like, he wasn't saying anything. And then once he was done beating their ass and fucking up everybody,
when they got in that headbutt fight, that was pretty fucking cool.
That was sweet. Listen, but yeah, so right before that...
I love a good headbutt.
Same.
And she was giving as good as she was getting.
Agreed.
Until he headbutted her to the ground like a rail spike.
Same. But yeah, before that scene, that's when Batman runs up, out of breath, and he goes... He said Clark, because they don't ever call him Superman. So he's like, Clark. And then he looks over, he tosses all these people, and he goes, I know you. And he's about to kick the shit out of him. He's about to kill him.
Yeah,
and then
flies up on him.
He flies up, after he beats the shit out of Wonder Woman, he flies up, grabs him by the chin. He grabs him by that dimpled chin, picks him up 20 feet in the air, and was like, you did this to me. You killed me, and then you brought me back. Why won't you let me stay in peace? This is your fault. Do you bleed?
Yeah.
Do you bleed? Like,
he's probably like, I can't answer because you're killing me.
You have your hand over my mouth.
I can't speak because you're like crushing my jaw.
Same. So 1 like, 2 likes, fight scenes. I think all the fight scenes, even including when they fought Steppenwolf. I thought they were just so good, so cool. I know last Batman vs Superman we talked about slow motion, or was it Wonder Woman? The slow motion made it 10 times better, especially with the Flash.
Those mows were slow.
Yeah, they were. But with the Flash, they made it so much better.
Oh yeah, because there you have to.
Yeah, I agree. And so that's my second one. My third one, I only like this because of what it references to me. They, when the parademons were taking all these people, they were kidnapping people in the movie. They kidnapped the janitor, and on the front page, like, "Alien stole my husband." I was like, "Man in Black."
Yeah.
I love it, and I love Men in Black, and that just made it so much better. And yeah, I think that's all I have. I have more. Bonus. I'm gonna leave it to you. I'm gonna leave it to you. I'm gonna let you go.
I think I know it. Okay,
of course.
So when you said bonus, that
you know what it is. You knew what it was, but I'm gonna let you go.
We'll get there. All right.
Liked.
Number one, The Flash.
Oh, yeah, I didn't say it because I knew you were gonna say it. So
I thought he was really good.
He was so good.
Going into this, I was like, I'm looking forward to seeing the character in Justice League because, like, I liked him in the TV show that was on the CW. I enjoyed it, and I've seen him in some like the animated shows.
Yeah.
And in some of the other games that I played. I'm like, okay, he seems pretty cool. Like he's super fast, and I get that there's more to him than that.
Yeah.
But
you get it.
He's funny. He's quippy. He's very he's all over. In this one especially, he's like all over the place.
So yeah.
Like this isn't to be like disrespectful to anybody out there. It almost seemed like they had him like, I don't know, like an attention problem, or like Asperger's or something, because he was like kind of almost dissociating with people. He's like all over the place, like he's here, he's there, like literally he's here, he's there, he's running around, he's doing all these things, and like nothing can hold his attention in some spots. And there's sometimes where like people are talking to him, and he's like, I don't have a response to that.
I didn't hear anything you said.
Yeah, like I don't know what's going on, like this and that. He's like eating snacks because he's so fucking hyped up that he burns calories. He can't get drunk. In like other media and stuff, it's shown that he can't get drunk because his body metabolizes alcohol so quickly.
Nice.
His body metabolizes everything so quickly that like, it's impossible for him to get intoxicated, or nearly impossible anyway.
Yeah. But
yeah, I thought he was really cool.
Yeah.
When Bruce showed up in his hideout and he had his suit in the just standing there.
Car crash dummy.
Yeah, he had the crash test dummy wearing the suit. It's like, that's awesome. And he had like all the different TV screens, like a million different TV screens, all showing different shit. There was like K-pop or J-pop on one. There's like cartoons on another, like news and weather and sports and all kinds of shit that's going on behind him. And he had just like one big ass chair. That was apparently his second favorite chair. I didn't even see another chair in there.
I think he had a gaming chair facing the.
Okay.
Because that chair that Bruce Wayne was in was facing the door, and then I think he had like a gaming chair, like a reclining chair, not a reclining, but like a. You can sit back in it, like a swivel chair, and I think he had that like facing the TVs.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I thought Ezra Miller was really good as the Flash.
Yeah, I did too. I agree.
Because I didn't really know who he was prior to this, so I thought it was cool that they. I mean, maybe he's not an unknown actor to some people. He is to me.
So to be fair to the character of the Flash, I don't think the Flash in any way helps the Justice League, and I really don't care about the Flash. The Flash in Justice League is amazing. I don't dislike him. That's the thing. I don't dislike Barry Allen. I think he's hilarious.
In general.
Just in general,
Flash is superfluous when you have Superman.
I don't care about him.
But
even with Superman, even with Batman, even with Wonder Woman. Why do you need the Flash? Because I just don't care.
Okay.
That's all that is. But Barry Allen made me care about his character in the movie.
Yeah, because the whole time I was cracking up at everything the Flash was doing. I was like, oh, this is great. I love him. And you were like, I love Barry Allen.
Yeah.
But you kept making that distinction.
Yes.
And that's why I was like, okay, we got to make a distinction then between Batman and Bruce Wayne at some point in this movie, because they were both good.
Yes.
And the fact that it comes up at the end of the movie when they do the race, it's like, was it a mid-credit scene or like a...
Yeah, it was like a mid-credit.
Or like right before the credit scene of the Flash and Superman do the race. And I don't know if it's ever been explicitly stated in comics or like officially who's faster?
No, it's never has been.
Because like because they want it to be like one of those things. But Flash's whole thing is being fast.
Right.
He can travel through time. He can run through time. He can alter timelines. He can create alternate timelines. At one point, I think he becomes the bolt of lightning that gives him his own powers. Like, he becomes the Speed Force in general.
Okay.
And he also,
he talks about that too, by the way.
Yeah, which the Speed Force, I think, also gives other speedsters their powers. It might not just be him.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he can travel through time. He can fuck up his own history. He fucks up the DC Comics history in the Flashpoint movie, which is amazing. That animated movie was so good.
Right.
I think we talked about it already, where you got to see fucked up Thomas and Martha Wayne.
Oh yeah, you did tell me about that. Yeah.
Oh, it was good, and Aquaman was a dick,
yeah.
And everybody was a dick.
Yeah.
But then when there was the Justice League War movie, you got to see some other good shit with like Green Lantern, and him and Batman were really good in that movie. Because like have you seen that one?
Which one?
Justice League War.
No.
Okay, I think it's like the first one of the new 52 type thing where they like rebooted a lot of stuff, and Green Lantern has his ring on, and like he's doing all the shit with it.
Okay.
And then like a scene later, Batman's just like holding it, looking at it. He's like, "How'd you get that?" But he's like, "You can't take that off me." He's like, "I did." And he's just looking at it. He's like, "How's it work?" He's like, "Willpower." And he's like, something about he's like, "Can you fly in a plane? Are you super strong? Fast? So you're just a guy in a bat costume?"
Yep.
And he's like smiles at him. And I was like, "That's."
I have seen that. I don't know where, but
my second like, and it's been in all the movies so far that he's been in. Ben Affleck Batman continues to knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
As does Ben Affleck Bruce Wayne in this one, because I think we got a lot of Bruce Wayne in this one.
Yeah, we kind of did.
Because I think this is also the only movie so far where Ben Affleck was in the suit, but he didn't have the headpiece on. Like, he didn't have the cowl on.
Yes.
Because like in all of them, he had like all of it on, or he had none of it on. In this one, like he had the suit on, but no headpiece. He just like doing that Vince McMahon walk around with that big fucking muscle suit on, but no cowl to restrict his head movements.
Yep.
And he was like drinking scotch with Wonder Woman.
Yep.
He was chatting it up with Alfred and getting fucking sassed by Alfred. And I just enjoyed him. He was that. What is it? The crawler, the bat crawler, that like crab tank thing.
Did you like that?
That was cool.
Yeah.
The Batmobile that had so many guns on it.
So many.
And it was cool.
And also, he had a helicopter.
Yeah.
He had a whatever
the hell
helicarrier
that thing was. Yeah, he had his own helicarrier. Yeah, like he was awesome in it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed him. I know you already said it. I'm going to say it in mine. The Green Lantern reveal / teaser, whatever you call it.
Sorry.
Because they showed him like use his power, and I was like, oh shit! And they're like, and from other planets there were guardians, and I was like, yes, yes, yes. And then Steppenwolf knocked that other dude the fuck out, and like picked up his ring. And I was like, they really like showed it.
Yep.
It was cool. I thought that was really good. I'm gonna make that my third like, honestly, because that just really got me hyped.
Yeah, fair.
Because again, it's not a character that I know a ton about, just because. But I think the Lantern Corps in general are cool characters.
I do too.
There's like green is willpower. And there's all these different colors. Like green is willpower, blue is I think courage.
Oh, okay.
Red is rage.
Oh, they're like the Care Bears.
Greed. Yeah.
Sorry.
Orange is greed. Yellow is fear.
Yes.
Black is death. White is light or life or hope or something.
Yeah.
And then there's like the sexy star sapphires that are like all women. I think that are like purple or pink.
I don't know anything.
And they all like have different abilities and do different things. I just thought that was really cool. And yes, I guess they are kind of like the Care Bears in that respect, which I liked the Care Bears as a kid.
Never watched it.
I had at least one of like the stuffed animals. I used to watch the same fucking movie all the time. I used to rent it from Video Connection. And maybe that's why I like the Green Lantern. Yeah, or that old Video Connection. People used to rent videotapes.
Yeah.
Which I know there's older media formats out there, but it's an old one. It's very well outdated at this point. So
I never used to go to Blockbuster.
I think I went to one once or twice.
Well, because they way off topic, but you had to have like a major credit card to rent from there.
Really?
My parents didn't have a major credit card. They had credit cards, but it wasn't like a Like you had to have like just a MasterCard. Like you couldn't have like a Sears MasterCard. You had to have like just a MasterCard or American Express. You couldn't just like use your debit card or whatever. Video Connection was like, listen, do you want this membership? Because you can have it.
Because it's free.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it was free, and then you just had to bring back tapes, which no one ever did.
Just bring it back.
Be Kind Rewind shit. But
also a good movie.
It's okay. I liked it. It was not bad.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's alright. I'll never watch it again, though. Unfortunately.
Not even for a podcast? Nah, we don't have to.
Sure.
No.
Superman in it?
No. Jack Black's in it.
Yeah, no.
It's better for
Jack
me.
Black and Mos Def. I know. I've seen it. I just don't. It's alright. Anyway.
That's fair. No, that's fair. Because honestly, that's also one of those movies that I don't really think about unless somebody says that phrase.
Fair.
So we don't have to watch it.
No, it's okay. But yeah, the one thing I was going to say, I'll save it to the end. You finish your likes.
The post-credit scene that I didn't know existed until we had finished watching the movie. I had turned it off. We were ready to start recording. And you were like, wait. Oh, no. We were recording the previous episode.
Yes.
You're like, wait. I got something. Saving it for later. We'll get to it later. And then later happened. And I was so glad that you told me about it because Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg,
escapes prison.
Has escaped prison for enough time to have a fucking yacht and hire Slade Wilson, Deathstroke, to found I'm guessing the Injustice League, and they're gonna team up and start fucking shit up. Or they're supposed to, because who knows if that's gonna happen in the future of these movies.
So I was gonna say it to the end, but I'm gonna say it now. How can you not come off of Justice League and continue your universe? How can you reboot your universe because of Aquaman, because of Shazam? I don't know how those movies did. Fuck those movies.
Yeah.
You, based off of just Justice League, and I'm sure this goes into what we're gonna rate it, but based off Justice League, just finish. Just keep going.
Because they hit a high point with this movie.
Listen.
I mean, I haven't seen Aquaman yet.
It's not. It's good, but it's not better.
I don't remember Shazam super well, and I haven't seen Birds of Prey. But as far as I understand, I'm guessing the Robert Pattinson Batman is a reboot of the whole thing.
It's not even a reboot. It's not part of the universe.
Oh, it's not?
It's its own thing.
Okay, so it doesn't necessarily mean that this is over. It just means that they're...
But like I told you a couple episodes ago, I was like, how can they have two Batmans roaming around and one not be in the universe and one be in the... Like, unless... The only thing I can think of, which it wouldn't work, and it's not going to work, and this is just all hypothetical and imaginary, just like these comics are, is if Robert Pattinson is part of the Joker movie.
Oh, like the universe of that one, or like the timeline or whatever
Phoenix,
that's in.
Whatever his name is. Yeah.
But
there's no way. There's no way. And did you hear he got coronavirus?
I did see
him
that.
and like 6 crew members or something.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I did see that.
Right. So
I saw it, and then I heard it on the radio today, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I saw it the other day.
Hopefully he turns out all right with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. I hope he does. But, yeah. So how could you not finish your universe?
Right, because, I mean, it didn't, let's be honest, in my opinion, it didn't start out that strong.
Okay.
With the way they did, like, Superman movie, and then the shared Batman movie.
I agree with you.
Then Wonder Woman. Like, they did 3 setup movies, and then the big team up where they brought in 3 other characters that didn't get their own movies yet.
Right. Which is okay.
And I still really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I still really enjoyed Justice League, because you were telling me, I can't wait for you to see this movie. I think a couple other people are like, man, I really want you to see this movie and hear what you think about it. Maybe they didn't say that they wanted to hear what I think about it, but they wanted me to see the movie. And that made me excited. I was like, okay, people think I'm going to like this movie.
I knew you were.
I hope I agree with them. And I do. I enjoyed it.
And I didn't even remember the Green Lantern part until I saw it, and I was like, oh, he's going to like that. And then you did, and I'm like, yeah.
Of course I did.
But then...
Sorry, that was loud.
But then when I remembered the after credit scene, I was like, oh.
That was amazing.
Because the funny thing about the after credit scene is that they show Deathstroke, and he's in a boat, but it's just like his silhouette.
Yeah.
And I saw the swords, and I was like, and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I knew who it was, like, or I thought I knew who it was immediately, and then as soon as they showed him closer, I was like, that's him!
Yeah.
It's him!
Yeah, so good.
That's awesome.
And then Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg, just amazing.
Yeah.
Either way.
Still got it. He still got it.
More likes. You got more likes?
Well, let's see. I did the Green Lantern thing. J.K. Simmons is a like, but I already talked about him. Yeah, I mean, I could probably find a couple other things. The fight scenes, just little mentions. The fight scenes, the effects. I thought all the characters were actually pretty cool, except for Aquaman. He still doesn't do it for me. But he at least worked in the movie.
Yeah.
Because they needed like a wisecracking guy who was like, oh, team this, team that.
What about
I'm still gonna help you.
What about the lasso of Hestia scene?
Oh, where you're sitting on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that part was good.
Hilarious.
That part was actually very good. And I did enjoy it.
That was so good.
But still, it's like, this guy.
Even when he was riding the one guy like a surfboard.
Yeah. Like after he tackle him into the building and he I was like there were some parts where I thought he was all right. Yeah. But by and large I found him to be very douchey, which might just be my biases of certain characters coming out. I don't really care about Aquaman that much.
That's fair.
And the fact that they're having this dude play him doesn't make me like him anymore. Doesn't make me like him any less. Yeah. But it doesn't help me. But
so funny thing is that's how I felt about Flash.
Okay.
And you're like, what?
Because you were cracking up every time he was doing something. You were like loving it. And I was like, you do like him. And you were like, yeah, I like him. But I don't think they need him.
They don't.
And I was like, but do you really need everyone when you got Superman?
Listen,
or at least you need everyone but Superman and Wonder Woman. Because Superman and Wonder Woman had to fight together to take down Doomsday.
Yeah.
And then it took all of them, sorta, to beat Steppenwolf. It took all of them, sorta, until it only took Superman to beat Steppenwolf. And he was beating the shit out of him.
I loved it so much.
But my likes are done.
Okay.
Let's get to some dislikes.
Okay.
And do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first? Because I've been talking for a little while, so why don't you go
first? Okay, I'll go first. I honestly only have one, and it's the CGI, and it's not even that bad to me. The CGI of Superman's mustache.
God damn it! I should have gone first.
You should have.
I gotta learn not to let people go ahead of me.
Here's the thing.
When I got something to say, I gotta say it.
Here's the thing. That's the only dislike I have.
Okay.
I really enjoyed everything about the movie. Even the throwaway parts were like, okay, cool. But they were throwaway parts. So to me, if you don't spend too much time on throwaway parts, I'm good. Okay. And a throwaway part was Lois Lane and Martha sitting together talking, whatever. Yeah. I was like, okay, cool. But it happened. It was 2 minutes. Didn't even last that long. Didn't need to be in there, but it didn't last long.
Yeah, they didn't drag it on forever. At least.
So it's okay, cool. I think him coming to grips with him being alive again, because I guess you got to think if you're dead and you come back to life, I guess that's a huge deal.
Probably a shock.
So yeah, so him coming back alive,
provided you're aware of the fact that you've been dead for a certain amount of time.
Also, yeah,
an undisclosed amount of time.
Undisclosed. Who knows? 3 days. Yeah. Either way,
they moved the stone.
I was gonna say it.
Found that he was in a fucking suit in that casket, actually. And
so there's that. So the CGI on a mustache, I'll be honest, up until probably the last time I watched it, which was a couple months ago, I didn't even notice.
Okay.
So it's not even really a dislike, but I look for it now because people tell me about it so much.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I don't care, I'm not really looking at Superman's mouth.
That's fair.
So, honestly, if I don't think about it, I'm like, oh, okay. And even when they do a close-up of his mouth, which they did a lot, to be fair.
Did a lot.
If you think about it, they did. It's like, hey, guys, we fixed this. Check it out.
Yeah, they were like, look how good we did.
It's almost like that, isn't it?
It's like putting a Band-Aid. Put a Band-Aid over it. Don't look under the Band-Aid. You're fine. Don't look under it.
But look under the Band-Aid, though.
Yeah,
that's what they did.
Look at
hey, look at this. Look at this Band-Aid.
You're going to look at it.
Look at my scar. That's people do they get cut. Look at my scar. Keep the Band-Aid on it, bro. What are you doing?
Don't show it off until it's done.
Same. And so that's honestly the only other CGI part that I didn't like was uh, Steppenwolf wasn't the most. He wasn't the best CGI part of it, but honestly, I'm trying to think of even the bad parts of this movie. Not many.
Yeah.
Not for me, at least. So yeah, one dislike.
Okay.
Boom, go.
Also dislike the Henry Cavill CGI mustache thing. I knew about it, and I didn't see the movie before today. I've known about it since the movie came out, and I looked it up at one point to see it, just so I could see, because everyone's like, "Oh, it's terrible, it's real bad," and I looked it up. I was like, "No, it's not terrible.
It's not terrible,
but it's enough that I did notice it." I'm not sure if I would have noticed it if people hadn't said it, but yeah, I might have. Because I didn't see the Mission Impossible movie to know that he grew a mustache in between until the media decided that it was important to note that
exactly
this part of this movie is going to be a little bit wonky, which it could have been worse.
It could have been way worse.
It could have been much worse.
They've done way worse things in movies.
Yeah, it could have been much worse, and it's a small gripe, and it's a nit to pick, and I'm going to pick it because it's about Superman.
And that's fair. That's not fair. But that's fair. And then here's the thing. Honestly, I wouldn't have noticed, and there were a couple close-ups of his mouth where he was fine. It was fine.
Yeah. And there were some scenes where it looked fine, and there were some scenes where it did not look fine.
It did not. And it's like, okay, cool, you got a little mush mouth going on there.
Because the first scene where he's in it, where it's some kid videoing him, it did not look good to me.
No, it didn't. You're right.
It didn't look right to me.
Here's the thing.
And then after that, I kept looking at it.
The funny thing is, I only thought, up until this time when I watched it, I only thought it was on that one part when he's talking to Batman. That's the only part I ever, until you guys pointed it out, oh, right there. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even notice. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So it's only a dislike because people keep pointing it out to me. I would have never. Yeah. I'm like, oh, yes, thin lips.
Yeah. That's what they look like. Similar, the same dislike. Another one I would give to what?
I said do it. I feel like you're thinking about it, but I don't know.
I would give to the fact that it seems like they're not going to continue.
Yeah.
Because to me, this is to equate it, their equivalent to the first Avengers movie. If Steppenwolf is the herald of Darkseid, the same way that Loki was the herald for Thanos,
I was thinking
how are you going to stop it now? Or why are you going to stop it now?
I thought the same thing because I was like, okay, the mother boxes are what he's looking for.
Yeah.
That's his.
And he got them.
That's his blue. What's the blue
the
stone?
Tesseract.
Yeah, it's the Tesseract, right?
Yeah.
Okay, who kept beaming him back up?
Yeah.
Darkseid. Yeah. That's the only thing I thought.
The boom. I think they're called boom tubes. Those teleportation things.
I
think that's what they're called in the comics.
Every time I thought about it, I was like, ooh, maybe that's Darkseid.
Yeah, because in again to that callback to the Batman vs Superman scene, where there was that big Omega sign in the possible dream sequence, possible future vision thing from the Flash thing of Batman fighting the parademons. There was that big Omega symbol in the ground, and that's a symbol for Darkseid. That's one of his insignias. And they even mentioned him in this movie. I think Steppenwolf was for Darkseid or something. Because the parademons, the way I took it, they didn't serve Steppenwolf.
No.
They served Darkseid, and they were going after people who were full of fear. Yeah. And once Steppenwolf got a little fucking beating put on him, once they broke his axe, when Superman fucking ice-breathed his axe and Wonder Woman chopped it, and then they wailed on him a little bit more, he was afraid, and they all fucking turned on him, and he got his ass out of there, and he teleported up, and everybody's like, oh, great, we kind of won. But, we did win. But,
he didn't die.
They didn't, yeah. I mean, his helmet fell out of the thing, so I don't think he died. Maybe he did. Who knows?
I don't think he died. But it's like Loki, he didn't die.
Yeah, he didn't die at the end of Avengers. Right. He didn't die until way later.
Way later. Maybe.
And they kind of undid his death anyway. Maybe. But yeah, you're gonna mention your big bad. You're gonna tease him, and then you're gonna hopefully not, but seemingly end your universe in what? There's Birds of Prey, and then the Flash movie is coming out at some point. There's Wonder Woman 84, and
but are those a part of it? We don't know.
I would hope. I mean, I'm guessing because it's the same. It's Ben Affleck and Ezra Miller in the Flash movie.
Yeah. See, so they say he's going to be in it, but how much?
Yeah, I'm guessing it might be just a bit. Who knows? Because if it's the Flashpoint movie, he is part of that. But I think Thomas Wayne is a bigger part of it in it than Bruce Wayne is, if I remember right. But yeah, it just seems strange it's because it's not even a dislike to the movie. It's a possible dislike to a possible ending of what could be something really good that started out, in my opinion, a little shaky, just got really good after it got a lot worse in Suicide Squad. Got a lot, so much better in this one.
Oh, yeah.
And then is going to get a couple more movies and hopefully not end.
So the funny thing is, to me, is that, you know, I think the shaky part of the DC starting out is kind of like Marvel.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have Spider-Man. They tried to make 2 Hulk movies. I thought the second one was great. And then that guy, he left because he was an asshole. He didn't want to do it anymore. He didn't want to do a team-up movie.
Oh, Edward Norton.
Yeah, he didn't want to do any of that. He was like, no, I'm done with this. Like, that was the thing. Like, they're like, oh, come back. And he was like, no. And then they were like, well, he's hard to work with anyway, so let's let him go.
Yeah, because you really probably would be hard-pressed to find someone who would be in a multi-million-dollar franchise of comic movies with multiple appearances. Who would want to do that?
No, he doesn't, because he's about the acting. That's why he's like a method actor.
He can go be in a fucking Scorsese movie.
Exactly. And that's exactly what he wants. And that's who he is.
He wants to be in film.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be in a movie. He wants to be in film.
That's his. Yeah, exactly. So it started off shaky. Iron Man was great. 2 was okay. 3 was great. And then Captain America wasn't that great.
The first one?
Thor wasn't that great.
The first one?
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. Like, the first movies were, like, they were good.
So that's what I mean. I'm not saying they were,
but
as you would say,
like,
as bad as Man of Steel,
no.
But for me, they were. I didn't see Thor 1 until after I saw Ragnarok.
So the first time you saw Thor when we were watching everything before Endgame came out?
No.
Okay.
Maybe 2.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe 2, because I remember 2, but I didn't remember 2. Like, I thought I saw it, but I wasn't for sure. But I think I watched most of them before we watched all of them.
And Thor, didn't get to all of them.
Yeah, Thor 1. I watched I'm almost certain I watched Thor 1, and I was like, this is dumb. I did not see Thor 2 for sure until after I saw Ragnarok.
Okay.
Because I was like, okay, let me, when I was gearing up for Infinity War, I think that's when I kind of, I was like, okay, let me try these out. And I was like, it was trash. First one's trash. Second one, whatever. I don't even remember. I still don't remember.
That's fair. Yeah, some of the Phase 1 Marvel movies were a little shaky.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
Like the first Captain America, I liked it. It's not amazing.
No.
Between that one and the first Iron Man,
it's better than what I remember.
First Iron Man's better.
Yeah, for sure.
To me, at least.
Iron Man's is it the best origin movie?
Okay, at least between the 3, between like Iron Man, Captain America,
between everybody,
or
between everybody's origin movie. Because who do you got left? You got Captain Marvel, you got Black Panther,
Doctor Strange,
you got Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, even the Hulk.
Favorite origin movie, I might give it to Ant-Man.
Really?
I really liked Ant-Man.
No, it was good. It was good. But Iron Man's, to me, it's better.
He's at least number 2.
Okay, fair.
For me. Like, first Iron Man movie, amazing.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, the tease at the end, the Nick Fury tease at the end, like, it didn't necessarily have to lead to what it led to.
No.
And it could have just been up to people like, oh, man, that was so cool.
Right.
Man, if only.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So
I had no idea.
Until he kept going.
And then I was like, okay.
And then...
I was like, well, he's not going to be in the Avengers.
Ride it's been.
I was like, he's not going to be in Avengers because they said he wasn't. Right? No movie would ever trick me.
And what a ride it turned out to be. Yeah, how dare the media would never lie to me.
Either way.
Like they had, to get back on topic, the DC, my only other dislike for this movie really is the fact that it could possibly be like one of the like final things. It could possibly be the final bright point of this universe. And I hope it's not. Going forward, I hope it's not. Because as much as I'm a Marvel fan over DC, I still enjoy it.
No,
I still like seeing the movies, and I would like to enjoy the movies.
Two things can be true.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I don't have to like one and hate the other. I can like one and I can like one a lot more than I like the other one. Fair. I still like them both.
Absolutely, I agree.
So that's my only other dislike, I'd say, is the fact that it could be over perhaps too soon.
Yes.
And that's it. I mean, I didn't know who Steppenwolf was prior to this, but
me neither.
That's on me. I'm not a DC historian. I don't know. I didn't look into
who
it.
is? Yeah. Honestly, think about all the villains, even in Marvel. Well, you like Marvel more than me.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, a lot of the villains, I was like, first time ever hearing about this guy. And that also includes Thanos.
Oh, really?
I didn't really know who Thanos was.
Oh, okay.
I had no idea. I didn't really, again, I liked Spider-Man. I liked Batman.
Spider-Man, that's a cool film. Batman, that's a cool film.
So, yeah, that's it. Like, as far as, like, kind of an X-Men. X-Men was my jam.
X-Men, it was so unfortunate, the fact that they still were not able to combine them.
Yeah.
And still haven't yet. Hopefully will.
They said they might, but I doubt it.
Who knows?
But at the end of the day.
But yeah.
Fuck them. So, either way, yeah, so.
The X-Men?
I don't know. Whoever making the decisions.
Whoever keeping them apart. Whoever's putting up these walls.
Whoever's not making my dreams come true. Yeah. Also me.
Fuck that person. Whoever they are.
Also me. Wow.
So. If you're keeping this movies from happening, then, man, that's
some villainy. Villainry?
Villainy. I think villainy.
I don't know. Either way.
Hive of scum and villainy.
So we had likes, dislikes. Ratings. Slushie review brought to you by Fast Name Redacted Way.
Fast method.
Do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
I'll go. You go first. I regret it every time, but you go first. Because I think I went first in the last one.
You did.
The same review. We give the same rating. You go first.
Such a good movie. I'm gonna go. I don't know. I have a number in my head and I think it's too high.
Ooh.
But I can't I don't want to change it. But I do because I think it's too high, but I don't want to change it because I'm like,
why do you think it's too high?
I don't know. Just because I feel like it shouldn't be that high. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Like, I guess. Yeah, because I have a number also in my head, and I don't, part of me thinks it's too high. But if I feel like if I gave it a lower number, I would be not
disingenuous, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, because as much as I liked it, because like I was smiling the entire time.
Yeah.
Like I was like, yeah. Superman came alive. Yes. Please.
No.
Please. So 4.5.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's higher than my high number.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Which is fair.
Yeah, I get it. Superman came back. I get it.
Yeah, you're losing points on me there. It
happens. 4.5. Honestly, for the reason I said, I really enjoy the movie. I do think 4.5 is too high, but literally, I can't say it's not a perfect movie, but it's not a perfect movie. Like it's not.
From the parts that they had to work with,
well,
they did something really good.
What am I faulting? I only had one dislike, so it's like that's not even a dislike for me. That's a dislike for other people telling me. I didn't know the end credit scene with Deathstroke. Great. The end credit scene with them racing. Amazing.
Yeah.
To me, Superman coming back was just so good. Like you knew he was coming back. But
I assumed he was coming back. As soon as a character dies, he was in a comic book movie. You assume they're coming back.
So that's the thing. I didn't know. I don't want to say spoiled because I guess everybody knew, but for me, I didn't know. And when I found out he was coming back, I'm like, oh, well, I don't care now because he's coming back, whatever. But
hadn't they had done that in the other movies, in the old Superman movies? Wasn't it like the Death and Return of Superman?
I never watched it.
Like I'm pretty sure that was one movie.
Maybe.
I think it was called The Death and Return of Superman. I didn't see him because I didn't care about Superman. I'm pretty sure that's the title of one Superman movie.
No, and that's okay. But the thing for me, it's just like, I just don't, I can't, I'm hard pressed to find anything really bad about it. So 4.5. That's it. That's all I got. I loved it. I love it. To me, this is the best movie in the entire series. There is no other movie that's close. Yeah. And I just had fun with it. I didn't mind the Flash. I like Barry Allen because we're splitting those up. Cyborg was okay. I guess maybe I didn't mind him either because I understood.
I feel like he was the logical one. He was the cold, like, This is what has to be done.
Calculating.
This is what we're doing.
But he also had like some quips back and forth, and especially like with Bruce Wayne, he was like, I agree with you. Only because while you were being an asshole, I was running the numbers. And I'm like, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne, you idiot.
Yeah, because like, guess who's not the smartest guy in the room anymore? Bruce.
So now here's the thing. So I'll tell you this one thing.
You just have to settle for being the richest guy in the room.
Same. Oh, a couple things I did like. Barry Allen and Bruce Wayne are going to get in his car.
What's your power?
And he goes, hey, what's your superpower? I'm rich.
Rich
and
bitch.
The only thing I ever think about is I go, I like to add a little commentary to that. And he goes, hey, what's your superpower? I'm rich. And I go, white privilege. And I just whisper that to myself every time.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I know I'm not.
You're not wrong.
It's just a little privilege. It is what it is.
It's just a little white privilege.
Just a little coffee talk.
A little coffee talk.
So that's one. Two, when Bruce Wayne brought up Steve Trevor to Diana Prince, and she about kicked his ass, I was like, he called himself. He was like, okay, I should probably shut the fuck up. And then he didn't.
I'm gonna get my ass beat again in this movie.
I was like, and then when he fought Superman,
barely,
not a fight, but when he got accosted by Superman, Superman tosses him, and he goes, "Yep, something's definitely bleeding."
Yeah,
and I was like, "That's hilarious." And then he tries to take off his body armor, and there's like bruises up his entire back.
He is beat up.
And I'm like, and Wonder Woman goes, "You can't do this forever." He's like, "I can't do it now."
And she puts his fucking arm back in socket for him.
Because he was still talking shit.
Yeah, he was like, "I'm fine." Oh, there it is.
Like, so when those things happen, and then like I said, Superman just being Superman, like that's. So I understand, and I've always said this. I'm going a little long, but I've always said this. Same. So I've always said this. I understand why people don't like Superman because, like you said, he's lame. That's fine. That people say he's bland. That's fine. People say he's OP. That's fine.
Yeah.
The problem is that he should be all those things because he is OP, and I'm okay with that because it makes sense to me. He's an alien from a different world, and people and humans can't fuck with him, and I'm okay with that. And when he came out of that ground, and when he got brought back to life, he showed everything he'd be. There were 3 people trying to move him, and he was like, "Okay, come on, guys." Like,
then I will.
I don't think that I will.
Yeah.
And then the Flash tries to run around him, and he's like, well, I'm just as fast as you.
That scene was really good.
It was so good.
When they were all holding him, and the Flash is like, I'm going to zip around him, and you just see his eye.
Yep.
Like,
just follow him.
Track him. I think I got a little excited. Yeah. I got, like, noticeably excited. I was like, oh, man.
And see, so it's funny, because I thought you were actually upset at that, and I was like, that's so good. I was like, what is he going to say?
It makes sense, because, like,
we're going to have an argument.
Because the Flash is fast, and he perceives time differently than people, and the fact that Superman is also super fucking fast.
Same.
I don't necessarily know that he can perceive time with the same thing, but he tracked his movements at least.
He did. And he was like, and
he was still, like, the Flash was still dodging him, but I think did he, like, run into him, or did Superman just, like, do something, or did he actually, like, hit him?
No, he dodged him, and when he dodged under him, Bruce Allen tried to push him. Or Flash tried to push him.
Yeah, he, like, got shot
back.
And
then he was like, oh, you're going to touch me? And then he kind of and Superman kind of just was like,
he, like, flexed a little bit, like,
yeah, and that's it. And then he falls into, like,
that scene was really cool.
It was so good.
Yeah,
it's one of the better scenes of the entire movie.
He, like, flexed and drove him into the wall, and, like, lightning shot out of him, and he was, like, done for the fight.
Which he should be. Because he is, besides fast, he's still human. Like, that's it. He doesn't have super strength. He's not indestructible.
He doesn't have super strength. He could just run really fucking fast and just, like, deck you in the mouth.
Okay,
that's fair. He'd probably take your, like, a normal, like, Batman, he could get enough speed, he'd just take his head off.
Okay, that's fair. Like, I guess I didn't think about that aspect.
Light speed punch.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I didn't know that was superpower.
Like, what you call it? Just he can move really fast. Like, you put him in a boxing ring with somebody, they're not going to hit him.
Yeah,
and he could probably hit him, like, a bunch of times. Well, in the first time they show him, you see that little Flash, that's the name, and he scribbled that fucking marker all over that dude's face. Imagine if he was wanting to punch him. Like, he could have hit him however many fucking times he wanted in that time span. He could have lit him up like a speed bag.
That's fair, and I agree
but
with
his
that.
punches aren't going to do shit to Superman.
No, and that's the point.
Yeah.
Really, that's my only point. But other than that, like, honestly, everything was just so good. So 4.5, I'm going to stop talking. You can go.
4.
Ooh, so good.
4 out of 5.
I love it.
And that's the number that I thought was maybe a little bit too high. I was like, 3.85? 3.9?
Not even.
That wouldn't be fair.
No, I agree.
That wouldn't be fair. I'm giving it a 4.
Nice.
I really did enjoy it. So I feel like it lived up to the hype that you put on it.
Yes,
it surpassed the I don't know, slandering that a lot of people put on it out there, saying it was a bad movie and it was shit. I really enjoyed it for what it was, and I also kind of enjoy it more given the fact that half the cast never got a proper introduction movie prior to it. I still really enjoyed it. And even in spite of Aquaman being a fucking douche in it, this little, like, e-boy slashed eyebrow thing, I still enjoyed it.
Reptile eyes.
Yo, those two. I still really liked it.
Yeah.
And almost in spite of myself in some ways. Like, because part of me was like, you're not going to like this. Even if Keith says you're going to like it, you might not. So maybe don't give anybody the satisfaction of admitting it. I'm not going to do it. I'm giving it a 4.
5 on
I really liked it.
Yeah,
I can't give it any lower and not feel like I'm trying to give it lower just because I don't want to give it higher.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 4. Solid. It was a solid movie throughout.
It's funny too, and I like that because I know how much you don't like Superman.
Yeah.
So to give it a 4 with Superman in it,
yeah,
it could be a 5 here, folks.
Because I understand, like, you know,
5.5.
I knew he was coming back.
Yeah.
I knew he was never not coming back, and the fact that when he came back, that fight scene happened, I wasn't expecting that. That was sweet.
Same.
Because as much as I was expecting him to just, the Flash does a lightning touch on the mother box that hits the fluid in the Genesis chamber, and he comes back to life, and he's just standing there in his pants, in his tattered little pants, and Lois says he smells good, even though he's been dead for who knows how long.
Here's my thing. If I had to guess what was going to happen after he came alive,
it wasn't that for me.
Right. But if I had to assume what I thought you thought, this is what I thought you would have thought, besides you telling me. He comes to life, he blows out of the chamber, he goes to the sun. That's all I thought was going to happen. Like, if I would have thought, like, you're
do that fucking shot that they do. It would be like,
honestly, because, like, he was dead, now he's not, so he needs to get his power restored.
Recharge or whatever.
So okay, the sun. Like, honestly, it would have been boring, but it would have made sense to me. It would have made sense. I'm like, okay, that's fair.
It would have made sense.
But I like the fact that they disoriented him, and, like, he doesn't know who's a friend. And they were doing the whole Man of Steel thing where he didn't know what he was doing. He couldn't understand his powers.
Yeah, like he X-rayed everybody.
Man, so good.
And Cyborg fucking auto-targeting. Like, I can't control it. I can't control it. It sees him as a threat.
That's what he said.
And he was like, well, I guess we're all going to get our asses kicked a little bit because of me. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's 4 for me. Bring on the next one, I say, honestly. Aquaman is next, right?
Aquaman is next.
Let's do it.
Next week.
Because I'm afraid it's going to be downhill after this, because this is really good. And I've heard, this is another movie that I've heard good things about from, I think you told me it was pretty good. Like, pretty good, right?
It was better than what people said it was.
Okay.
I don't know if people said it was bad, but it was better.
I've heard people say it was bad.
Okay.
I've heard you say it was better than people give it credit for, and I think Jaron said it was, like, pretty good to okay. I could be misquoting him. I think that's what he told me.
I think it was, if I remember correctly, I think it was okay. Sorry, I have some slushie in my mouth. And I think it was just okay, but it wasn't bad.
Okay.
There are worse movies in this whole pantheon of movies.
Okay.
But I don't know if it was bad.
Okay.
I don't know. We just have to watch it.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do.
And I will. And then we're going to rewatch, or I'm going to rewatch Shazam.
Yeah.
After I do that one. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to both of them, because one of them's a movie I haven't seen, and one of them's a movie I saw and don't remember fully and probably didn't give a fair shake to, because that's just who I am sometimes with these movies. So let's give it another go. Let's watch a new one also.
Perfect.
And see how we feel about it at the end.
And there it is, folks. So, that was our wrap-up of Justice League.
Yep.
Number 5 in the movies. on the DCEU Part 5. I would recommend anybody watch it, honestly.
Same.
Such a good movie.
See it.
With that being said, our next movie will be Aquaman. After that, it'll be Shazam. And then Birds of Prey, maybe. It'll be Birds of Prey, guys.
If we still feel like doing this. I wouldn't mind seeing it.
No.
We're just going to wrap the DC universe early, just like they might be doing.
Yes, exactly.
Like they might be.
So either way. So that's it for us this week. I've been Keith.
I have been and will continue to be Chris.
I might be somebody different.
Ooh.
And we're out.
Yeah. Follow us on. Follow us on Twitter at Slushie Review. Slushie with an IE. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher.
Wherever you get your podcast.
Wherever.
I just found out yesterday or a couple days ago. Oh, shoot. It's not Android. It might be Android is getting a new podcast. They're getting a new podcast platform. Somebody's getting a new, or Google podcast. No, they already have one. I think it's Android. Well, whoever it is, somebody's getting a new one, and I was able to submit our podcast to be one of the first. And I don't know if it is, but they were like, hey, submit it so you can be one of the first on our whatever. So I did. I don't know what that meant because nothing's happening, but it was just like, you submitted it. I was like, yay. So I was like, I did what I was told to do.
There
Good.
you go.
Hooray me.
Nice.
Gold star and a nap.
I love that.
With that being said, we are out. Follow us everywhere. Positive criticisms.
Yes.
Go Superman. All right, bye.
Oh, hey.